Shalom. Giving all praises to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh, by Yashim, Yahweh Shai, by Yashim Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops of New York and Connecticut. Peace and many salutations to you, you brothers out there that's kicking this word in GMS and also affiliated brothers. And peace and many salutations to you newcomers, you Akyam and also Akwaf. I wanted to do this sit down, something I've been thinking about for about 2 days now. Um, just going into how we are dead to the world. We're dead to this world and the ambitions that we once had in the world, and also just how we will operate in the world. We're dead to those ways, so that we can live with Yahweh by Shemel Rashah, so we can flourish spiritually. You know, we go through our everyday lives. We have certain hobbies, we have certain obligations in the world, families to take care of. Those of us who are in that predicament, bills to pay. You know, and you know, we take care of our business. Well, but the underlying uh, issue that we are uh, obsessed with is preaching His word to wake up the elect, and also uh, to galvanize the elect. To continue in the faith. Okay, this is what the ministry is all about, and you have to sacrifice um, your life in order to do so, man. You know, we give up certain ambitions, as I once said. You give up certain ways of the world to please the Heavenly Father. See, the Christian church, they teach you that all you have to do is just believe in Jesus and you'll be all right. That's why there's so much madness that's flourishing in the Christian church, including sexual perversion. We're seeing that on a very large scale in various cities, inner cities or big cities, I should say. Like there's one, Mo, if you get my drift, church here in Dallas, and I know years ago that I believe it was San Francisco had the first non-binary. Um, I want to say Lutheran. Forgive me if I'm going off, but I believe it's Lutheran pastor. And this particular woman, and she's a woman, she ain't no she, they, or whatever. This particular woman had children that they had adopted that were so-called non-binary. So, you know, not only is that mindset, uh, not only is that mindset flourishing in the Christian church, but they're indoctrinating these kids, with their madness. Well, that's totally contrary to how we operate. See, the new trendy things of the world um, are just even much more so the things of the world we don't engage in. We ain't out here being party animals, chasing women, drinking ourselves to a stupor, or we're not. Our ambitions isn't, attaining as much money as we can. You know, our main focal point in our lives and our individual lives for the Akim out here that's toiling this thing is to continue toiling in his ministry so that we can receive a crown. And within doing so, we will individually speaking, refining ourselves, we're constraining our selves and our lusts that we have, man. Um, it's a beautiful thing. When you're in this truth, yes, you're rebuking this world, but the biggest thing, the biggest person that you are the, I should say, the biggest person, or the number one person, I should say, that you're rebuking is yourself. You're constantly refining yourself so you can be a a fit sacrifice for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, and that requires us, doing away with the things of the world, man. And the people in our individual lives, they see that, and it's very interesting the responses that we get. Some people turn to haters in the world, talking about in the world. Some people turn to haters. Some people are envious, and this is, family members, they'll look at you as if, you're high minded because you have a standard, especially when it comes to relationships. You know, um, we don't have a Western concept of marriage and things of that nature. So, you know, the people in the world, if you've been with a girl for over 5 years or 2 years, they're questioning you and your and your lead, for lack of a better term, with the Most High. Not knowing that, shoot, once you lay down with a particular woman, shoot, that's your girl. And you operate that way. That's not good enough for the people in the world because they want you to get married and things of that nature. And that's one example. Okay, you can get backlash for not celebrating certain holidays, going over certain people's houses for get-togethers and things of that nature. You in this truth, we tend to ostracize ourselves, separate ourselves because we want to be holy. Okay, so this is First Peter 4, and you know what? I'm gonna start at 2. I want to get straight to the point, but I'm gonna start at 2. It says, actually, you know what? I might as well start at 1, like the Chicago bros say. First Peter 4:1. For as much then as Mashiach hath suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourself likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin. So yes, you're suffering in the flesh so that you can keep yourself holy. Okay, and certain opportunities and certain things that you want to do in this world, but that leads to sin. You know what I'm saying? Especially dealing with those females, bro. If you're dealing with a whole bunch of women, you are going to be caught up in some bullshit. That's just what it is. Because women bring sin. Okay? So us in this truth, we refrain ourselves from that lifestyle of lust and lasciviousness, man. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's just one example, right? Verse 2, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh of the lust of man, but the will of the Most High. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles. So, in the past, we will do the things and the works of Gentiles, alluding to our people that's in the Gentile state of mind. Our people are in a Babylonian state of mind, okay? When we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, reviling, banqueting, and abominable idolatries. And we were doing all these things in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Partying. You know, I remember being in college, man. Every Friday we out there, bro. We partying. Let me take that back. It was in college. It was Thursday night because you will party on Thursday, then you will go home on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? So we out there partying. We out there hollering at the females. You know what I'm saying? We out there getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm from the south, so we sipping lean. You know what I'm saying? Out of bootleg. you know, Jake was broke in college, so we sipping a bootleg lean. You know what I'm saying? We tripping, having a good time, but not really. We looking back, it's like, man, you drink yourself so stupid, getting all these bad habits, man. That stuff is of the world. And when you go to college, you think that's a rite of passage to do all that madness. You know. Then on top of that, worshiping these idols. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be the so-called black conscious community, Jesus, all these things are idols. Of the world. You know, that induce our people to commit sin, and guess what? We were doing the same thing, bro. We was engaging in all types of madness, right? We're in verse 4, wherein they think it's strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. So there's people out there that see the change in us, where it could be somebody that you went to college with, your family members, you know what I'm saying? Uh, whoever, they see the change in you and they speak evil of you, and they say, "Who he think he is? Is he holier than us? You in a cult? You know, uh, this is and that. Well, that's a part of the game. You're gonna be evil spoken of for doing, you know, the right thing. Okay, You're gonna be spoken evil of for doing the right thing. Okay, all right, and this is a part of the game. Okay. Verse 5, who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead? So these people will be judged by Yahweh by Shem Shai. That's coming up for us, but we have to remember we have to suffer in the likeness of Yahweh Shai. He said that at the beginning. All right. He was evil spoken of, and we're gonna be evil spoken of. We're gonna be demonized and things of that nature, by our old inner circle. Okay. You know, even if you go to work, which at work, you should have a low profile. But I know with a lot of brothers, they eat with, at lunchtime they eat with certain people. Even your diet could cause controversy because this place um, embraces death, even with the food that these people ingest. It's all about death. You know what I'm saying? It's all about you know. Yeah, pleasing, you know, your taste buds when it comes to eating, not eating right. Okay, so even when you separate yourself with that mindset, people look at you as if you're different. I remember when I was a vegetarian a couple of years ago. My family was like, "Damn, you don't eat chicken? You don't eat that? Man, what's wrong with you? What you into?" Now I was like, bro, I'm just trying to eat right. You know what I mean? I'm trying to uh, get myself together. You know what I'm saying? That little nuance, could cause controversy for people who are consumed in the flesh. All right. Now, this is Romans 8:1. There is there is therefore no condemnation to them which are in Mashiach Yahweh Mashiach, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. Uh, for the law of the spirit of life in Yahweh Mashiach hath made me free from the law of sin and death. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, the Most High sent his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, uh, condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. So let's go break this down. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So these people that fall into the flesh and they're dead in the spirit. Conversely, we mind the spirit, right? And we are dead to the flesh. Okay, and with that understanding, it causes what? Enmity. Okay, it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. So the people who, try to please the flesh, they can't please the Most High. And before I continue with this right here, I wanted to go back to the verse 7, and I wanted to look up that word in verse 7 in the NLT. Now, just to reiterate, I'm in Romans 8, verse 7. I want to look up this word carnal. Okay, that word carnal is sarx. I'm going to let Esau say it.
Strong's G 4561. Sarx.
And getting straight to the point. Now, this is definition C. And by the way, if you want to look this up for yourself, I'm in the Blue Letter Bible. Simply typing in blueletterbible.org. Okay. And you look up this word in the lexicon. It's G4561. Okay. The word for carnal. I'm jumping down to letter C, the definition. Letter C. Okay. It says the sensuous nature of man, the animal nature, without any suggestion of depravity. The animal nature with craving, which incite to sin. The physical nature of man as subject to suffering. So there you have it. He says those that live in the flesh, that please that animalistic nature, they are spiritually dead. And you see that mindset pushed here in Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great teaches you to obey your thirst. If you want something in the world, go get it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, even with the red pill community, with some, I'm not going to sit here and bash or I'll be a hater, but some, they push the whole concept of a high value man. And within being a high value man, they push the notion of obtaining the most money as you can so you can buy that girl that you want, or you can have, um, options. That's of the world. You know what I'm saying? That's of the world. The world teaches you to eat and consume whatever the heck you want to, or do what the heck, and anybody who's speaking about your weight gain is body shaming. You know what I'm saying? If you see a woman that, has a man, but you feel like you could be a better partner for her, you could ruin that relationship for your lust. I actually was going back and forth with somebody years ago about this, not in the argument of, fashion, but he was basically saying, he posted something saying, hey, the person that you want to be with, uh, even if she had, loosely paraphrase, even if she has a man, it's up to you to ruin that relationship so you could be with her. And, and that's crazy. But this is the mindset that we see in the world. And that leads to death. All these things that I name leads to death. Okay? And we don't walk that way anymore, man. And it's crazy because the world deems us as, eccentric for having a standard. Okay? All right? But let's go back to it. I believe I stopped at verse 8. Just reading Romans 8:8 one more time. It says, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Mashiach, he is none of his. And if Mashiach be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness. Right? So our body is really, dead to this world. We're going through the motions, we have certain obligations, things of that nature, but this body is really given to us to serve Yahweh Bashim Shai, and that's why we make sure that we purge ourselves from this world so we can be a sacrifice, a correct sacrifice, for this ministry, man. Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye conformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. So we, in order to be that obedient that righteous sacrifice, I should say, we have to do what? Transform our minds. And I'm just curious. I want to look up that word transfer for you guys. I'm in Romans 12:2. And again, just reiterating, if you want to look up these words for yourself, I'm in the blue letter. It's www.blueletterbible.org. Okay? So I'm in Romans 12:2. I'm going to go down to the word transform. That word transform is
Strong's G 3339. Metamorphao.
metamorphao. It says to change into another form, to transform, to transfigure. You see that? We are spiritually doing that. We're transfiguring to, or transforming into different people than we were in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? This and it's a foretaste of what's to come, to what we're ultimately given that new body. But it begins with what? The renewing of our particular our particular minds, man. Our individual minds. Okay. All right. Now, let's go to Galatians, the 6th chapter. Now, this is Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to the flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. So this is what we're trying to attain. That new body. We want to be a part of the elect, man. You know what I'm saying? Ruling with Yahweh Shai. You know, having providences that in certain counties that we're over. You know, I don't know what we're gonna call it in the in the uh in the kingdom of come. Just you losing these layman terms, man. Imagine, but so I'd say, imagine having a whole county to yourself. You know, imagine having a area in your particular state. You know, a county that's big. Like say for instance, um, Dallas. You know, you have Dallas County. Which Dallas County is huge. That's under your jurisdiction. You know, you setting up your own local government, man. You know, you pushing your vibration and your secrecies on the people. The people are under your vibe. And you're not gonna be going off because you have a perfect body, bro. Imagine that. That's what we want. So we kill this flesh. We are dead to the world. All right. Uh Verse 9. And let us not be weary in we're doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So we have to continue so we can what? Receive that crown. Now, let's go to Romans, the sixth chapter. It says, Romans 6 and 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound, breaking the law and things of that nature because we're under grace? Of course not. That's what we're going to say it. Verse 2. God forbid, how shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Know ye not that so many of us were baptized into Yahushua Mashiach, were baptized into his death? That's right. So we received his word, and so we're taking on that that dead state, that dead state to the world, like Yahushua. When Yahushua came, he was the only ambition that he had was building up the 12, um, teaching the word, healing, doing the Lord's work, man. That's it. Now, within that, did he, you know, it's crazy, man. You should think about it. He had to go to work. Yeah, he was a carpenter. It's crazy. You know, man, you really think about that. Did he drink wine? Yeah. Did he laugh? Yeah. You know, but the underlying reason why he came here, and if you think about it, for us too, was to what? To push the word of Yahweh. Okay, to push his will. Okay. Not live our lives. Easier said than done, man. You know, easier said than done. And you have to find that liberty for yourself. You know, you have to figure out this walk of ours for yourself. You know, can you have certain things? Can you stay to acquire certain things like a new car, more money? You know what I'm saying? Um, and I dare say a gal. Oh yeah, yes, I said a gal. You want a gal, you could get one. You got it, but you got to work it out for yourself and continue the truth. You know, yes, you can attain these certain things, but the underlying thing is you want to keep the main thing the main thing. You have to remember, we have to remember that we are dead to this world, bro. Okay. Very interesting, man. Um, verse 2, verse 3. Know ye not that as many of us as were baptized into Yahushua Mashiach were baptized into his death? Therefore we are buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Mashiach was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also shall walk in newness of life. In that newness of life, walking in the Spirit. Okay. For if we have been planted together in the likeness of his death, we shall be also in the likeness of his resurrection. So we do the work. We sacrifice our life. You know, when it's time for the elect to be upgraded, we individually speaking, if we do what we're supposed to, will be upgraded with Yahweh Shai. Okay, knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him. The old way how we should act. That old man, he's done away with. That nickname that you had in the world is done. That guy is out of there. He's no more. Okay. That the body of sin might be destroyed, that henceforth we shall not serve sin. For he that is dead is freed from sin. Now, if we be dead with Mashiach, we believe that we shall also live with him, knowing that Mashiach being raised from the dead dieth no more, death hath no more dominion over him. This is what we want. We want those celestial bodies. Okay? We want to rule with Yahweh Shai. So death is not going to have reign over us. You see? We're not going to be subject to sin. Right? That's why we're trying to get it right as much as we can. Now, do we sin because we honor this grace? Of course not. No, we try to do the best that we can with what we have. There's certain sins that we commit that, there's certain sins that we commit that we can't do anything about. You know what I'm saying? We can try to our best, but man, we're filthy rags. That's why this grace is so important. But within that, you try to do the best you can. Now, the ultimate salvation, is when we are upgraded. That's salvation, alluding to Hebrews 8:8, when the nation of Israel is upgraded to where we don't sin anymore. Right? And with that, upgrade, the nation of Israel to rule the other nations. We're supposed to be an example. Right? That's how we know we're still under curses. Okay? Right? The nation of Israel hasn't been upgraded yet. All right? Starting with the elect. And that's what we're esteeming to be a part of. All right? Now, verse 8. Now, if we be dead with Mashiach, we believe that we shall also live with him. Knowing that Mashiach being raised from the dead dieth no more, death has no more dominion over him. For in that he died unto sin once. But in that he liveth unto the Most High. Likewise, reckon ye also yourself to be dead indeed to sin. That means we're cutting that sin off. We're dead to that. We don't do that anymore. Right? But alive unto the Most High through Yahushua Mashiach, our Lord. Okay? This is what we are esteeming to do. Verse 12. Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body, that ye should obey it in the lust thereof. That's right. So we can't let sin reign in us, so we just fall out the luster of it. It's easier said than done. Certain, like I said, man, we all got our BS. We all got our BS, man. Not perfect, but just trying to, we're just trying to do the best that we can. Fight the flesh, because this flesh is hell, man. We addicted to so much crap. It's not good for us, and a lot of it is what we ingest via our eyes and our ears, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fight. You know, that's the fight. Continuing to walk in the newness of life that was bestowed unto us by Yahweh Shai. Walking in the spirit versus walking in the flesh. Okay, so we have to kill this flesh. We have to be dead to this world, man. To what? To reign with Yahweh Shai. So, with that being said, I pray this is edifying. We give all praise to my Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh by Yeshim, Yahweh Shai by Yeshim, Wakah HaKodash. On to the next. Shalom.